do it. All right, October 1st, Bellator 286. You're facing Nadine, an opponent that you faced and defeated in 2018. Were you surprised when they offered you this fight?
A little at first, I never thought that I would cross paths with her again, but it's a great opportunity. I'm not surprised she took it. I'm good for her. It's great. 4 years in the making. We both, added some new skills, different mindset. So it's going to be exciting to see who comes out on top for this one.
Yeah, definitely. What do you remember about that fight? The first fight, everything surrounding it.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Tough Enough is a great promotion, man. For amateur promotion, they really take care of us. So I had a great experience with them. Um, that was my second time fighting for them. I was defending my belt, and it was great. I have only great memories of that fight. So hopefully, same exact result this time around again as well.
Nadine, when you look at her pro record, it's not the best record, but she has a lot of experience. After watching some of her pro fights, what type of fighter do you see now?
Yeah, she has a lot of experience. I've been following along ever since we fought each other, and good for her. She's fought in a bunch of different promotions. She's been around the world. Um, she's still, to me, MMA fighter. I don't think that she's really took off in either stand up or ground in any direction. So I'm excited. I'm the same way. I like to, mix it up. So we'll see what happens.
All right. In her last fight, she won a decision over Caddy Strike, and before that she lost four straight. That's a pretty deep hole to put yourself in. She dug herself out. Were you impressed by that fight?
Oh, 100% to come back from, like you said, putting yourself in that place, it takes a very, very strong mindset. So I'm not underestimating her at all. I know she's going to come with the will to want to win, and so am I. So it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be fireworks. I'm never looking at the finish, but I'm hoping that comes as well.
For sure. And in your last fight at Bellator 279, it seemed like it was a pretty emotional roller coaster for you with everything involved. Was it overwhelming at any point?
No, I love the support of my home, everyone around me. It was just amazing it was just surreal to have such a big fight with such a big result in a place where I have the most support. So never felt any stress from it, just like overwhelming amount of love and support. And, I can just be grateful for all of that.
How long afterwards were you able to like kind of decompress and soak it all up a little bit more?
That's the thing. Even though it was, just an island away, I still just hopped back on that plane that next day, came back home, and I was able to decompress here, which it's fine. I love, just coming back to my home and being with my family, and that's the way I love to decompress.
You only tasted defeat once as an amateur, right? And you've had some good performance. Which fight do you feel like in your career was the toughest, but you still got the win?
Hmm. Oh man, trying to think back on all my, my second professional fight probably went most, the longest.
Mhm.
Actually, no, I had a really, really tough fight here on Maui, when I was an amateur. I think it was my maybe fourth to the last fight as an amateur, and she's just a tough girl that fought from another island on Oahu, and we went the whole distance. And I think that probably that fighting in front of my home crowd here and um, coming back, I think I was down a little bit in that fight and just pushing through. On my professional level, my second pro fight was probably, the hardest for me. But I love ring experience. I love being in there. So I take all of that as, more just experience being in there.
Now you have 6 months between fights. How did you take advantage of that time?
Oh, just trying to add to my skill set, become a better human being. It makes me a better fighter, get my mentality right, learning more just how to balance my life, being a mom, being a fighter, just in general. It's just like finding the balance between everything is a is a learning curve. So it's getting better with every fight, and I think that this one, I did get a little bit more experience, so it's gonna be great.
You said becoming a better human being makes you a better fighter. Could you explain that a little bit a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm just figuring out my why as to what I want to do and who I want to be and what I want to show the world on this huge platform that I'm on. And I think that's been able to help me translate into fighting, being just understanding who I am as a human. It's been able to translate as to a better, calm, collective demeanor when I am in the cage. And I think that breeds in uh, a better performance for everyone.
It's more like on the artist side rather than the fighter side.
For sure. Yes, 100%.
All right. For this training camp, where did you split your time to prepare?
Um, I'm still, same places that I've been. Been at my boxing gym, 5 Pen Boxing. Then I do my jujitsu at New Era Sports Training. And then me and my fiance, we kind of do it. We have a gym at home and we throw the MMA stuff all together here. So, same recipe, there's nothing wrong with it. Just adding a little bit more new tools and getting my body to, I think, just another level as I progress in the level of competition as well.
The gym at home with your fiance, there must be some incredible sparring sessions. Are they pretty
It's a
crazy?
good couples therapy. Yes.
You get beat them up, right? Which most, I guess in most
I like to
relationships you
think
can't do
so.
that. Yeah,
I like to
for
think
sure.
so.
I think my wife would like that. She would like to put some gloves on from time to time
For
and
sure.
just punch me in
Didn't
the
do the
face.
dishes
You know what I
last
mean?
night. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Then take out the garbage or something.
For
All
sure.
right.
Yeah.
You've been the heavy favorite in every fight. You know, what I mean, does that give you a boost of confidence, or do you not really pay attention to that stuff?
Honestly, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I mean, I don't know if at some point I should have, obviously, but for me, it's just, if I'm confident in my preparation, I'm gonna go in there confident and I'm hoping, that the performance comes and I think that that's been the best way for me to approach these fights and it's been working so far. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you have 4 straight finishes as a professional. Now, what are you envisioning for this fight coming up?
um hmm, honestly, I've there's avenues that I've been imagining and I do with every fight, and that's just where I put myself. But I think that with my preparation comes is just gonna come a finish. So I don't ever look for it. I obviously I hope for it, but it's gonna be fireworks this one because we're both gonna come with a lot of fight for sure.
And you have history, right? You've faced each other
Yeah,
already, so
yes,
it's
of
a little
course.
bit
Yeah,
different,
no,
right?
no animosity or anything. We both,
Yeah, yeah.
friendly, but it's we're both martial artists, and I think we both want to test each other for sure.
You have your last fight was a pretty quick finish. You've had like your second pro fight was a late finish. What do you prefer, or which one allowed you to grow more? I guess.
Like I said, ring experience is great. It's like being in there. Every time I go in there, it feels a little more comfortable. It's like, and I think that as a fighter, being able to be calm and an intelligent fighter, it brings these performances, these great performances. The knockout this last time came, just with my preparation. That's exactly what we've trained. That's exactly how we do it, and it came, and it surprised me. It did, but I mean, I loved it to be able to have that kind of finish in my home state was amazing. But I can't complain if a fight goes a little bit longer and it does come, finish does come later on in the fight. More ring experience, more confidence for me, I think.
The quick finish, you get like addicted to it. Like a lot of fighters, after a couple of them, they chase
For
it,
sure.
and you gotta calm yourself, right? As a fighter, you
Mhm.
gotta be, like you said,
Mhm.
use that, experience. And yeah, it's gonna be this fight's gonna be crazy. Now for you, how far do you think you're away from facing a top 10 opponent?
Um, I would like to get a couple more fights. I think I'm close. I think by the time maybe my eighth fight comes around with Bellator, they'll be pushing me towards hopefully making it more to the top, and I'm striving. That's exactly where I want to go. That's the path that I'm going. So I can only just hope that that's what's going to come next. But I just got to keep getting these wins and keep evolving as a fighter, and I think that's going to come.
Do you watch the division, or do you feel like you're not even focused on that and you're just focused on your fights?
No, I watch. I watch. I know my competition. I love watching fights in general. It ups my fighter IQ. So yeah, I'm watching everybody. I'm watching all different promotions, but the girls that are in my way, of course, they're I have more eyes on them.
Do you see anybody in that top 10 where you're like, wow, that's a very good stylistic matchup, an exciting matchup for yourself?
Um, there's a couple, that are, I think, good tests for myself as a martial artist. There's people that are a little more experienced as stand-up fighters, and then there's, your ground fighters, which I would love to test my skills in both areas. Like specifically name-wise, not really, but I see I see I see people that are going to be a big challenge to me. I do.
Hmm. All right. It's always good to like go face somebody that's really good on the ground and submit them, or someone that's like a high level striker, right? That's something that as a
The
martial artist you
boost,
want
it's
to
a
do
good
those things.
boost for sure.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
strive for that.
Yeah. October 1st, Bellator 286 Long Beach. Thank you so much for the time, and all the best in the fight.
Oh, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.